with Lukas Dostal setting the world and his home country of Czechia on fire by helping them win gold at Worlds this past month. He looks ready to take the reins as the #1 goalie in Anaheim. So where does this leave John Gibson? John Gibson and trade rumors have gone together like peas and carrots for years now. Every year, it's the same cycle. Rumors about Gibson come out, and every year, he isn't traded. The rumors have gotten louder and louder these past years, but Gibson's agent has called them inaccurate. The most recent report about Gibson came from Pierre LeBrun's Athletic article, in which Pat Verbeek said, "John's still a really good goalie." And obviously, there's a market for goalies out there. Beaker didn't want to comment any further, but the sense LeBron got is that Anaheim still values John Gibson and is fine keeping him, but they are listening. I feel like people think we are Gibson haters on this channel, but Sean and I have defended Gibson forever. I mean, this Gibson Zone video was like one of our first things we ever posted on this channel. But for me, this was the first year that the Gibson fatigue really started to set in, and it just so happened to be the first year we have actually posted consistently. Gibson has always had a laid-back attitude, but this year, it seemed to bug me more than usual. I mean, there were games it was like, oh, we're down 3-0 or 4-0 heading into the third, and you just knew Gibson wasn't going to play the third. And I get it, he has been bombarded with shots for years. Consistently trying to carry your team, facing 40 or 50 plus shots for years, and still losing has to be mentally draining. But this year, while the Ducks were still terrible, they were better than the year before, and he still put up worse numbers. He has been such a huge part of the organization for years and has stolen games for us, and the whole Gibby made of glass thing is overblown. He has played the 5th most games of any goalie since 2015. I have said in past videos I thought last year would be John Gibson's last with the Ducks, and now I kind of have mixed feelings. It was always going to be tough to trade him with his contract and 10-team no-trade list, but I thought he was going to have a better season this past year that would help up his trade value, making it more possible, but he didn't. He obviously isn't worth his $6.4 million price tag, but at his current value, would we even get enough back for him to make it worth trading him? We would still need a backup, and I don't know if we can find a better backup than Gibby. Although, based on Verbeek's exit interview, it looks like he wants to split the workload between Dostal and Gibson, riding the hot hand to win games. This should create some competition, and I think competition could be what Gibson needs to light a fire under him. And with fewer games, you also want to be running to the ground like he has been in past years too. It's not like we're up against the cap or anything, and while Dostal seems ready, he did have some stretches in his rookie season where he struggled with consistency. Having someone capable of playing a good chunk of games would help take the pressure off Dosty. We don't want to run Dostal into the ground as well. Is John Gibson elite anymore? Based on his stats, no. But I think he still could be above league average if he gets some better help, and we should be better next year. It just really sucks, because when the Ducks were good, Gibby was young and hurt, and finally, when he was good, the Ducks weren't. And now, as the Ducks are expected to make a jump, there are question marks around his game. On the outside, Gibson doesn't seem to care, but he appears to be loved by his teammates. And I mean, he was even asked by Sudsy to be his pallbearer. Granted, Sudsy kicked Cantor's butt, so it's not needed, but it just shows how much he really does care. Him and Fowler are the longest tenured Ducks, kind of the last remnants of any success in Anaheim. They both have taken steps back, but it will be sad when they eventually go, whether that's via a trade or hang it up. What do you think John Gibson's future is? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and go Ducks!
There is a 5th dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the Gibson Zone.